guys, welcome to my updated foundation routine for 2018. For the past couple of months, I've been saying that I've been wanting to move away from wearing such high or full coverage foundations on a regular basis. I wanted to start working on my skin and try using more medium coverage products. Now, don't get me wrong, I have no plans to trash my Jouer Essential High Coverage or my Estee Lauder Double Wear foundations. I still am gonna be wearing those on occasion, but for every day, I wanted to show you guys what I've been doing that's a little bit lighter, it's more medium coverage. It still might be more coverage than what you prefer, but it's my foundation routine and I still have to be comfortable. I still have things to cover. I'm not confident enough in my skin just yet to wear just a tinted moisturizer. So I'm just gonna be showing you today where I am still in my own comfort zone. I'm gonna be showing you the foundation I'm currently using, the concealer, the powders. I'm gonna be doing a little contour, showing you the primer that I've been using. So if you are interested in seeing what my current everyday foundation routine is, then please keep on watching. So as you can see, my eyes are already done, but my face was freshly washed and moisturized. So I wanna start by showing you the primer I've been using that I have absolutely fallen in love with. It was sent to me by StriVectin. It's their Anti-Wrinkle Line Blurfector Instant Wrinkle Blurring Primer. They told me that it blurred pores and fine lines and it extended the wear of makeup. So I immediately said, yes, please, I definitely want to try this. This is definitely something that I need. I have oily skin, large pores, texture. I have issues with my makeup not wearing as long. And the thing is, when you have it's more likely that a full coverage foundation is gonna be long wearing. It's really hard to find a medium coverage foundation that's also long wearing. And then when you combine it with, stuff that you wanna cover and large pores and fine lines, it's difficult. So being that I am gonna be using a more medium coverage foundation, it was nice to find a primer that would actually extend the wear of the foundation and also not have it settle into those lines and pores. And I'm just gonna demonstrate how it works. It has these little microspheres, which is what helps it to smooth out the lines and the pores. They call them optical blurring microspheres that scatter light to blur wrinkles and imperfections. Now, this is one of those silicone feeling primers, and I have talked about how I favor those kinds of primers when I did my how to apply foundation without looking cakey video, because I feel like they do a better job at making the skin surface really smooth to apply the makeup over. So I just use a little bit right here. I focus on the area that my pores are the largest, which is right in my T-zone, and I can instantly see it working. It instantly gets rid of those large pores, and then I put it here in my lovely marionette lines, and it just makes my skin feel so smooth. And you'll see when I apply the foundation that it just goes on so nice. And the foundation that I'm gonna use, which is the Physicians Formula Healthy Skin, it really pairs nicely with this primer. Sometimes primers and foundations don't play well together, but this combo has really been working for me and I haven't broken out. And it also has something called Nia 114, because of course I wanna know, well, what makes this different than any other primer? So I did look up what this Nia 114 is, and it also says it on the box, but it's patented by StriVectin, and it's an optimized form of niacin and vitamin B3. It's clinically proven to strengthen the skin barrier and supercharge the performance of other ingredients for visibly transformed, more youthful skin. So pretty much everything about this has my name on it. So as you can see, it really just made those pores smaller. And now I'm gonna go ahead and apply my foundation. Before I do my foundation, I do wanna mention that this retails for $39. It's 1 ounce, and you can purchase it at Macy's from the StriVectin website, and a little bit goes a long way. I actually think I might've used too much. I was just so excited to be telling you guys about it. I think I used a little bit too much. Normally I'll use about a pea size, and it covers my entire T-zone. So this foundation, as I said, is the Healthy Foundation from Physicians Formula, has an SPF of 20 with a brightening complex. One of you viewers actually, or subscribers, told me to try this foundation. You said that I would love it. You said that it was a little bit less coverage than I'm used to, but that I probably would like it. I think something might be wrong with my bottle because look at this. I don't think it's supposed to be this way. I think this part is supposed to be stick into the lid, and it's got this sponge tip applicator that looks very much like the one from the new Tarte Shape Tape foundation. So I don't love this, like the applicator. I always prefer a pump, but I do like the way this goes on and the way this wears. The color's a little bit light for me, but this was all they had when I went to a couple weeks ago. Actually, I've had this about 3 or 4 weeks now because I do plan to do a whole Physicians Formula one brand tutorial, and this was all they had. And this color is LN4. So I think it's a little light, but I've been making it work. I can't wear it when I've been self-tanning. It's way too light then. So I'm taking my damp beauty blender and I'm just bouncing it off my skin, and it just gives beautiful skin-like coverage. So I'm going in again to do this side. Probably should have taken my earrings out. And I'm using a little bit more through this area. But because I applied that primer, it's just sliding over my skin so nicely, but not sliding off, you know what I mean? It's like clinging, but not clinging to any dry patches, not making my pores look larger. This is such a great combo, I'm telling you. All right, I've gotten rid of a little bit of my brow there, but that's okay. I can touch that up after. So as always, I bring it down my neck. I have a little bit of a remnant of my self-tan from over the weekend. So this definitely might be looking a little light. Now the concealer I've been using is this one from Makeup Revolution. I talked about it in my Ulta haul. I have the shade C7, basically because it was all they had left in the light medium, anywhere in the light medium range. So I just apply a little bit, well, a little bit to some, a lot to others, a little bit in comparison to what some other YouTubers do with their concealer. But I like to put a good amount by the side of my nose here where I have that bluish tint. And then I have been using my fingers lately to blend out my concealer. I've been using my fingers or like the micro beauty blender. But fingers work really, really well, especially if you have issues with your foundation, your concealer settling into lines. The heat from your fingers really helps to work the product in. And this concealer is just so good for $7. I mean, I can't believe how well this works. And I never had an issue with Shape Tape being dry, but Tarte Shape Tape concealer being dry, but people have said that they've experienced that and that this is so much creamier. And I have to say it is very, very creamy, but it's long wearing. It's really, really good. So moving on to powders, lately I have been setting my under eye area with this Monica Dar C2 powder. This is something that I used to use in all of my tutorials. If you've been on my channel for a while, you have seen this many, many times. And then I took a little break from using it because I was just trying different things, but I always go back to it. It's just such a good brightener for me, and it doesn't age my under eye area like some other powders do. I've discovered that for the most part, any of those brightening powders that are even supposedly made for the under eyes, I've tried them again recently and I still feel like they just make me look 10 years older. So this one, I'm just using a Delium Tools 787. This one just doesn't do that. It doesn't make my under eyes look horrendously dry. It just sets the concealer, gives me a little bit of a brightening effect, and I just love it. Love it. And then for my face powder, I've been using this RCMA No Color Powder. I originally purchased it because a makeup artist that I admire was using it on his clients and was saying that it worked for women and of all ages, and that he would, even bake under the eyes. And I tried baking under the eyes with this, and kind of like what I just said, it didn't work well for my under eyes. It still aged me. So I wasn't going to just, toss it aside. I wanted to try it on the rest of my face as well. And I was a little bit nervous because a lot of times these white powders, even though they say no color, they can often have flashback or they can lighten up the look of your foundation. But this one doesn't. It's, first of all, it's very affordable and it just gives me a really nice airbrushed finish. So this is pretty much it, my foundation routine, but I am going to be doing a little bit of contouring. I don't tend to do a lot of cream contouring or heavy contouring whatsoever. I lately have just been going back to the first contour palette I ever owned, I think, which is this Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I'm gonna be using a mixture of these two colors. So I'm just going into each of those, tapping off my excess, and just lightly, especially because this color is a little bit light for me, this foundation, I have to use an extra light hand under my cheekbone, along my jawline. Same thing on the other side. Then I'm taking my Micro Beauty Blender and just doing a little bit of contouring on my nose. So as you can see, I have gone and applied the rest of my makeup, and that was it. That was the routine. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask me in the comments, or you can DM me on Instagram. My username there is Risa Does Makeup, as it is on Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter. So follow me there if you aren't already, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. And if you did like this video and found it interesting, helpful, then please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.